What if I tell you that you are looking in the wrong direction and maybe you need to look somewhere else? The TVS Apache RTR 310 gets compared to the 390 Duke, but you are looking at the wrong motorcycle. Maybe it's pricing, maybe it's cubic capacity, maybe it's just the internet feeding you information. I am convinced you need to look elsewhere.
And you have to look at the KTM 250 Duke. But we have to talk about the TVS Apache RTR 310. It is TVS's newest kid on the block. Pricing starts at Rs 2.43 lakh for the base variant and goes up to 2.64 for the Fury yellow color. Because the RTR is priced so closely to the 250, we thought this is the sensible comparo to make. By the end of this video, we'll tell you where these motorcycles excel and where they don't, and we will also talk about the 390 Duke. For this comparo, I actually needed help.
And help has arrived. So do remember to subscribe to PowerDrift, hit the like button, and let's begin.
We're about to shut it down. Okay.
First off, the RTR 310. It's a sharp-looking motorcycle, compact in size, edgy, and current with all of its paint schemes. The RTR is meant to look fierce and fast. The quality is pretty top-notch too. TVS has been hitting the bullseye in the quality department, unless it's a pre-production motorcycle. But this one isn't, and it is solid. I'm not a fan of the big boy exhaust design and does not fit in the RTR's current Street Fighter scheme of things.
Orange, orange, lots of orange. This is the typical KTM. It looks very similar to the 390 Duke, which is great, but it does not inherit a couple of things from the elder sibling, which is okay. It looks equally fast and menacing as the RTR, and while some of you might not like the color, I think it's unique and stands out in a crowd. The quality of parts, panels and switchgear has been upped big time from the previous version, and I appreciate the work that KTM has put in.
Performance has been at the core for every TVS product, and the RTR 310 wasn't left behind. It's the same old engine that we have seen in the past, but TVS has put in a solid effort in reworking the internals to make the experience better. While there's no doubt about how well the motorcycle accelerates and how fast it can go, the refinement is something that the brand hasn't been able to solve. But the harshness of the engine has reduced, and the motor does not sound as mechanical as it did before. This engine comes alive after 4000 RPM and pulls strongly till the red line. But like I said, the vibrations dampen the experience. In the city, you do not have to shift gears too often as it pulls clean even at lower speeds in a higher gear. The throttle response feels too eager, for a lack of better words, and I wish it could have been tuned for a smoother response. The RTR 310 is good at city speeds because that's where it feels the best. To end things off on a positive note, that quick shifter is so damn good. It's really smooth, it's really precise and feels effortless while shifting.
If the 390 is a Rusty bomb, then the 250 Duke is like a Lakshmi bomb. The point is, this is still a firecracker. I don't remember the old Duke 250 being this engaging, but this right here is above and beyond that. It's still very much a Duke, which means you have to rev it to experience real joy. But once you do that, smiles all around. But then again, I don't know how much of that is actually possible in the city. But that also means it's not as tractable as the RTR 310 and you will have to move through the gears quite often. Refinement is definitely better than the RTR, but performance not as much. That's because this is a 250, that's a bigger engine. The quick shifter, which is straight from the 390, is a big plus because it works really well. And riding the 250 Duke will always translate to fun. All day, any day, every day. And that is bloody fantastic.
If there was one word to sum up both the motorcycles, it would be firm. They aren't exactly meant to be soft anyway, and that's okay if the roads are your ally. The 250 Duke will have to slow down before taking on the bad bits. The only adjustability here is preload setting at the rear, but hear me out. The 250 Duke shares the same frame as the 390 and the 390 gets the adjustable suspension. If you have money and understand what I am talking about,
समझ रहे हो?
If Varun goes around in circles, I will talk about facts. The adjustable suspension is a part of one of their kits and I will always push for it. A good setup can bring a world of a difference to your riding, and if a factory can provide that off the shelf, why say no? Street fighters extend their sharpness philosophy to the ergonomics too. Usually compact, it's a mix of comfort sprinkled with a dash of sporty. The upright handlebar and rear set foot pegs make up for the ergos of a street fighter.
You know, Ananya is right. The 250 Duke is small and snuggly. At least for my frame, it feels cramped. And I can only think of doing city runs. I don't think I can really tour on it. And it's okay because it is a street fighter. Street. Highlight that word. Street. Street.
And while Varun struggles with his frame, the RTR feels nice and roomy. And the foot pegs are not as rear set as the Duke either. That's a big plus. I would restrict this to the city as well, but I'm sure it can clock a lot more kilometers before fatigue kicks in.
The seat as well, it's firmer than the RTR 310, but I want to circle back to the sharpness quotient that these motorcycles are known for. No matter the seat time, I think they both are fantastic when it comes to handling. So editor, give us a change of costumes, put in some nice music and begin the montage.
Our attitude is smashing you and thrashing you. We can't be beat and after you. We're smashing through the Raptors too. We can't be beat. Our attitude is smashing you and thrashing you. We can't be beat and after you. We're smashing through the Raptors too. We can't be beat. Everything I do for the thrill. I'm loving the fight. I will not.
The RTR is racing in bold. It comes from the hallowed grounds of Hosur, and when it's Hosur, it has to handle sharp. TVS usually gets this right, and they have gotten it right with the RTR 310 too. It's communicative, fun, and very nice around corners. Adding to the RTR's strength are the tires. They offer incredible confidence when you start picking up speed, and that is awesome.
the Duke isn't far behind. It's a KTM after all. It's sharp, precise, and very enjoyable. There was no doubt in my mind that the Duke would handle well. It shares the same frame as the 390, and by now, you should know how much I love it for everything it represents. The only place to probably complain are the tires. They aren't as good as the RTRs, but that is an easy fix. Overall, both the motorcycles check the fun quotient really well.
It's a one-sided game. The RTR is loaded. But there's a twist. Let me read this out for you guys. Adjustable suspension, TPMS, brass-coated chain, 6-axis IMU-based stability control, cornering traction control, cornering ABS, cornering cruise control, wheelie control, rear lift mitigation, slope-dependent brake control, and climate-controlled seats. To know more about these features in detail, do watch the other video on our channel.
The only way to have a jam biscuit is by having the biscuit on the outside first and then having the jam later. Congratulations, you have heard it first on PowerDrift.
मालिक अब इतना खर्चा हो गया तो एक चिप्स ले लेते हैं.
कुछ भी मतलब. Just because you do not have features, you're going to talk about biscuits now.
Features I have. सुनना है?
हाँ, बताओ.
Okay. LCD display.
TFT.
Quick shifter.
I told you now, mine's smoother.
What I'm trying to say is, इसमें quick shifter है, finally, and it works. A KTM quick shifter that works. Supermoto.
Varun, checked.
But I don't have to pay for any of the features that you mentioned right now, right?
Yes, that's true. You have to pay an extra sum for these kits. The first 3 features that I spoke about are part of the Dynamic kit, while the rest of them are part of the Dynamic Pro kit. Both of these kits together cost 40,000 rupees.
I don't have to pay anything. This is what it is. And with that, let's get back to our road gear and let's summarize.
Let's go and pass me the gym jump.
Nikal.
The RTR 310 is a decent motorcycle. Every motorcycle has hits and misses, but that's okay. So if you're looking for the Apache RTR 310, buy it for the features. The adjustable suspension will make your ride experience better, and all the other things will make it stand out, which means you'll have to spend some money out of your pocket, and that's probably the best way to look at this package.
And the 250 Duke is solid. I don't think the last gen was memorable, but this one is. It's also more affordable than the RTR 310, and if you like the flashy personality that it brings along, go for the 250 Duke. What I'm trying to tell you here is, if you're looking at the 250 Duke, do not look anywhere else. If you're looking at the RTR 310, do not look anywhere else. But if you're looking at the 390, don't look at it, guys. Just go ahead and buy it. It's that good a motorcycle.
That's true. The RTR 310 is still not direct competition, you see. So we suggest test rides whenever and wherever possible. And with this, we would like to know which motorcycle are you guys going with? The new Apache RTR 310
or the KTM 250 Duke? Drop those answers in the comment section, because you know we reply to every single comment out there. Thank you so much for watching. And now, we thought it will be a great idea to introduce the team who's helped us with putting this shoot together. So, फटाफट भाग क्या सब लोग? भागो 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 भागो! आओ सब लोग. This is DJ Deepak Jadhav. He is a production guy. He helps us with food, finance, everything. That is Mahesh Pardesi, cinematographer. This is Harsh, who helps the DOP set up cameras. And that is Alameen Merchant, senior DOP, senior cinematographer at PowerDrift. Actually, we are PowerDrift. Thank you once again.
आजा मेरी गाड़ी में बैठ जा